I just heard a wild scenario which made a lot of sense randomly on X. Peyton Manning's nephew, Arch, could follow him at Indy. Okay, so they bring in Daniel Jones to compete with Anthony Richardson. We all know Anthony Richardson has been trash, caps all, for 2 years in Indianapolis. This is year 3. It's make or break inarguably, just like it was for Daniel Jones in New York, right? So, another first-round pick, former. Anthony Richardson couldn't even last an entire game last year. He had that whole tap-out thing going on, right? So, I've never been Team AR. It's funny, like the beginning of last year, I said he was a bust since he declared for the NFL draft. Just because of his limited playing time. Nothing to do with his athleticism. That's clearly, he's elite in that category. He showed out at the Underwear Olympics, as many do, and as many teams are. The Colts were one of the teams fooled on him. So at that time even, I was like, yeah, somebody's going to make a mistake. Somebody's fooled. They draft him, and of course, I'm tweeting out, oh, he's a bust. He's going to be a bust, etc. I get Colts fans all up in my mentions, and when I made that tweet, I look back. It's funny, and I can't find any of the hateful replies. Wonder why. Don't have to wonder why. Know why. Anyways, I don't need really validation. I'm going off on a tangent here, but the theory is AR is going to continue to be a bust, and then the Colts are left with the number 1 pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Guess who's eligible in 2026? Arch Manning, nephew of Peyton Manning. Peyton, as we all know, was the legendary quarterback with the Colts. Legendary quarterback with the balls too in the SEC in his college days. Now you're bringing in a different kind of orange to Indy again. So the Manning trend could continue in Indianapolis with Arch if they indeed get the number 1 pick. If you'd like to see this happen, I think it'd be pretty cool. Keep rooting against Anthony Richardson to crash and burn, because I think, yeah, they brought in Daniel Jones to compete for the number 1 spot. If AR continues to crash and burn, presumably they'll try Daniel Jones. Well, Daniel Jones ain't going to do you much better. So there's a very strong possibility you could be looking at the Indianapolis Colts as having a really bad season this year, and ending up with the number 1 overall pick in 2026. Big if, because he could come back to college at Texas, but if Arch Manning comes out, he could be at Indy.